I want participation from everyone. You can use the chat to state your answer. This is February March 2016, paper 2, variant 2. The first question, the diameter of a copper wire is thought to be approximately 0.3 millimeter. Which instrument should be used to obtain more accurate measurement of the diameter of the wire? So a meter rule, maximum several meter, minimum value is 0.1 centimeter. For measuring tape, sorry, maximum value can be several meter. For me, meter rule, maximum is 1 meter, the smallest is 0.1 centimeter, micrometer 0.01 millimeter. Same thing for ruler as well, that is 0.1, that is 0.1 centimeter. So C is the correct answer, the accurate measurement. Which is a unit of acceleration? Question 2. Acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, or velocity divided by time, or speed divided by time. Speed is meter per second and time is seconds, so meter per second divided by second, that's meter per second square. Question 3. Answer for question 3. So for question 3, an object is released from a rest and it falls to the earth. During its fall, the object is affected by the air resistance. So air resistance opposes its motion. So what happened? Resultant force decrease, acceleration will also decrease, and then the air resistance will eventually reaches a constant value. When the air resistance eventually reach a constant value, it means that that moment air resistance is not increasing, or we can say air resistance and weight are balanced with each other. When air resistance and weight are balanced with each other, there is no resultant force. If resultant force is zero, resultant acceleration will be zero, and acceleration zero means the object is moving with a constant speed. That is why D is the right answer. If it was falling without air resistance, then it will be a constant acceleration and speed will continue to increase. Question 4. Everyone should participate. Question 4. So a concrete post is carried up a very high mountain. At the top of the mountain, the gravitational field strength is weaker compared to that of bottom. So what is the effect of this weak field? The mass of an object, like example, if on the ground it was 3 kilograms, at the peak of the mountain it will also be 3. But the gravitational force, the force of the gravity is stronger at the surface as compared to that at higher altitude. So what happened to the weight? The weight will decrease. Question 5. So for question 5, densities, mass over volume. So mass is density times volume. The density is given 2.5. And what about the volume? How to get the volume? That's 2 multiplied by 2, 4 multiplied by 10. That is equals to 40. So when you multiply them, it will be 100, which is D. Question 6. When an object is moving in a circular path, what is the direction of the force? Resultant force. So whenever object is moving in a circular path, the force is needed to change the direction. And the direction of the force, the resultant force, is always towards the center. That's why B is the right answer. Even if there is another point, so direction of the force for a circular motion, direction of the resultant force is towards the center, so that the object can continuously change its direction. And whenever object move in a circular path, it is always accelerating, not because of change in speed, that is because of continuous change in direction or change in velocity. Question 7. A spring obeys Hooke's law. Which graph is obtained by plotting extension of a spring against the load? It is obeying the Hooke's law. So when it obeys the Hooke's law, force and extension graph, it should be a straight line and the slope represent the spring constant K. Question 8. Which value is the vector quantity? Vector quantity means it is having magnitude, unit as well as direction. So for question 8, the vector, it's a magnitude, unit and direction. So 20 is the magnitude, meter per second is a unit, and east is a direction. So all three variables are involved. That's why C is the right answer. Question 9. The table gives 4 energy sources and state whether the energy sources is derived from the sun. Source of energy which is derived from the sun. Like relevant should be there if energy source, that name of energy source, and it's derived from sun, yes or no. For question number 9. So when we check the geothermal means energy from the earth core. The geothermal is not derived from the sun because the earth core is very hot and that is releasing heat energy because of nuclear reaction inside the core. So it is not derived. So this should not be yes, it should be no. So A cannot be an answer. Oil oil is derived from the source. Basically, what is oil, coal, gas? These are the fossil fuel, and the fossil fuel, the origin is the sun. How sun is the origin? Because what happened when these plants or animals, because what happened, like example, this plant is there, it will absorb energy from the sun, and even if animal is there eating this plant and then that animal is eaten by another animal, carnivores, so all these are originated, they are getting energy from the sun. And when this plant will decay, not completely turn into fossil, that result in a formation of oil. So oil is derived from the sun. Water behind the dam and the source is the sun, that's true, because what happened, the water cycle, the heat energy from the sun evaporate the water from the sea, and when this water will rise, it will form clouds, and when it rain, the water will be stored behind the dam, and that water is having a gravitational potential energy, so origin is the sun. Geothermal energy means energy which is from the earth core. The term geo means earth and thermal means heat. So heat energy from the earth core is called a geothermal energy. A wind energy, because what happened, the sun is providing heat energy to both water and sea, and that is responsible for the movement of the air current, or air current is produced, like this is sea and land. So sun is providing heat energy to both land and sea, but water which is above the air particle which are above the land will become hot, so they rise up and the particle will move from sea to land. So the wind, the moving air, is due to the sun as well. So this should be, to be a correct answer, it should be yes. To be a correct answer, this should be yes. To be a correct answer, this should be no. So which one is the right answer? C is the correct answer, that water stored behind the dams, the origin, or it is derived from the sun. Geothermal and tidal energy. Tidal energy means the energy because of gravitational force of the moon, that is not derived from the sun, others are derived from the sun. Question 10. What could be the right answer for question 10? A weightlifter raises 2000 newtons, so that is the force, through a height of 2 meter. That's a distance, and time is 0.8. The question is, what is the useful power? Power is work divided by time. And what is work? Work is force into distance divided by time. So force, because he is lifting a load, that's 2000, multiply by distance 2, and the time interval, the time he took to raise this load is only 0.8 seconds. So 2000 multiplied by 2 divided by 0.8, which is equals to 5000 watt. Question 11. A wind turbine generates 54 kilowatt of useful power and input is 180 kilowatt. Which calculation gives the percentage efficiency? Efficiency is the useful energy output divided by total energy input, and that is multiplied by 100. Basically, the numerator is multiplied by 100. The numerator, not the denominator, numerator, because you're getting this in percentage. So what is the output energy? That is 54 kilowatt means 54,000 divided by total input. What is the total input? That's 180 kilowatt means 180,000, and that is multiplied by 100. So which one it matches with? It is C is the correct answer for this. Question 12. A force act on an area to produce a pressure. Which changes produce the same pressure? Which changes produces the same pressure? Look, as we know, the pressure is force acting on unit area. So P is equals to F divided by A. What we do, if we double the area and we double the force, like I double the area and I double the force, so this will cancel double, well this, so what we'll get the same pressure. So A is the correct answer. But what happened in this one? What about option B? If we half the force, means force become F by 2 and area is double, area is 2A. So when I solve this, F by 2 divided by 2A, so this will become F by A divided by 4, means quarter of the original pressure. So this cannot be, A is the right answer. Double the area and make the force 4 times. So if we double the area and make the force 4 times, then it will become 2 times F over A. But we need only F over A. So this means it becomes twice. Half area and double the force. If we double the force and we halve the area, so when we solve, this will become pressure. This 2 will be multiplied, so it will become 4F by A. So this will become, in this change, the pressure will become 4 times. In this change, the pressure will become 2 times. This change, the pressure will become quarter. Here, when we double the area and we double the force, so the ratio remains same. So pressure will remain same as P. It will be equal to what was original pressure. Question 13. Pressure and force are directly proportional. What should be the graph between the pressure and the load or the force if they are directly proportional to each other? So as we know, pressure and force are directly proportional. When two quantities are directly proportional, there should be a straight line starting from origin. So D is the right answer. Question 14. Gases can be compressed but liquids cannot. Which statement explains this difference? Gases can be compressed but liquids cannot. So in gases, the particles are further apart. So when we apply a force, we can move the particles closer to each other. That is why B is the right answer. According to Boyle's law, pressure and volume are inversely proportional to each other. If we increase the pressure, the volume will decrease. The diagram shows a quantity of a gas trapped in the cylinder. The piston is pushed slowly and the gas is compressed. The temperature of a gas does not change. Which graph shows the relation between the pressure and the volume of the gas? The two quantities are inversely proportional. So when two quantities are inversely proportional, there should be a curve, not a straight line. Look, this one is showing one quantity increase, other is also decreasing, but they are inversely proportional, so this cannot be an answer. Even that is not a directly proportional relation. If it was a directly, then it should start from origin. What about A? We are changing, the volume is changed, but the pressure is same. That's not an answer. In D, what happened? As the volume increase, pressure is decreasing, but that is not the relation for inverse proportional. For inverse proportional, it should be a curve, and the product of the two quantities will remain same. So when I take value of the pressure and the volume, P1 V1, and if I take another value of the pressure and the volume, P2 V2, I'll get the same answer if I multiply P1 by V1. Example, the answer was 5. So same thing, if I multiply P2 by V2, the answer should also be 5. So inversely proportional quantities, it will be a curve, one increase and the other decrease. The product of the two quantities remain same. Question 16. Which quantity gives the thermal capacity of a solid? Definition of a thermal capacity. So thermal capacity is amount of energy required to change the temperature